for the images as we are heading into the action once again. So this is basically the most important fixture of the league so far. It's the chance for Chris to get first place and put himself at the top of the leaderboard, or shall we see Brancha putting in some serious daylight between himself and all the opposition? He will be 8 points clear if he wins these two matches.
I mean, of course, it does influence the position you end up with in the final standing. The first place will fight or play against the 14th placed player in the knockout stage, which will be happening in the end of March. As we say that already, Santa Lucia, big attack from his end here. Oh, it's still onside, but not enough to find the space needed for the goal.
But Mane sees the ball once again, although Messi is now on his weaker right foot. Oh, goes for a neat through ball down middle, but very expertly read from Brancha, who steals position and goes for the attack once again. And we are seeing two undefeated players also.
You're very right. Yes, in fact, Santa Lucia and Brancha have yet to lose a match today. And I think they won all their matches, not even a draw, right?
Today, yes, they are on excellent form today.
Incredible.
And for the whole league so far in these 3 match days, they haven't dropped a loss. So shall we see a loss, the first loss of either of these? Will we see it here live on this match day 3 of the BOVE Premier League, as we see Santa Lucia making strides forward. Messi and Ronaldo intertwining beautifully on the edge of the box. R9 sets up Messi. What a save from Alisson. Oh my God.
Alisson to save the day, definitely there. I would have definitely thought that would go in. Again, Virgil van Dijk with the ball very close to a goal for Santa Lucia. Still has possession just outside the penalty box here. Back to Kante. And now with Messi, will he work wonder magic with Messi? And he does! And Santa Lucia FC, 16th minute, find the goal, well deserved from Chris Meister.
What a goal from Santa Lucia. Unfortunately, he was only getting defensive-minded players exchanging the ball between De Ligt and Van Dijk and Kante. But once he finds Messi, frees up that just a little bit of space to unleash that left-footed shot. What a finish from Messi, from Santa Lucia, and they are now in the lead. What a goal, and what a match we are probably about to see now.
Already, just a few minutes in, already huge attacks from both sides, but mostly from Santa Lucia. And once again here, Santa Lucia very close to the penalty box. And what a great start this is. He knows he's playing against a top player, and if he manages to find the second goal here, how great that would be for Chris. And he's very close to doing so with CR7 here at the box, trying to play around with the ball, but unfortunately for him, not enough to find the goal.
Chris Meister today is really on fire. I don't know if he's had some excellent coaching while he was in Milan or something, but man, he's playing so tight today. What a performance from him. It's just 23 minutes in, but he's already proven why he is the favorite now. I mean, he's still 1-0 up. He could still be reached or even exceeded from Brancha, from Hamrun, but for the moment he's having the majority possession of the ball and he's using it brilliantly now. Once again, good through ball idea in the middle, but read from Brancha, who now tries to set up his own attack.
Well, Chris Meister is currently 2 points behind Brancha, who's leading the E-Premier League. However, as it stands right now, it's Santa Lucia who will be topping the scoreboard, the leaderboard, with just 1 point to spare, and the only one not to have dropped a game, even though still we're just at the 30th minute mark, so a lot to play for in this first round between these two.
And we've seen Brancha make comebacks. He came back from a 2-0 to a 3-2 win in match day 1, and we've also seen him grab a 90th minute equalizer against his brother. That was his only time he dropped any points, the only draw he has, as he has 9 wins out of 10 and that 1 draw against his brother, so he's sitting quite comfortably at the top. But at this precise moment, with these 3 points from Santa Lucia, he's now topping the leaderboard with Hamrun in 2nd place.
Still, it seems like Chris Meister has a bit more say on what is happening in the match. He's dominating a bit more, trying for that through ball there, but not enough to get it. Good tackle, but still finding the feet of Virgil van Dijk for Hamrun Spartans.
Intense pressure from Santa Lucia on the bearer of the ball, trying to maybe force that error from Hamrun, even though Brencha very composed with this long through ball on the right, but Robertson expertly jumps in between man and ball and rips possession from CR7 to make the ball for Santa Lucia now.
Just a note on the side, very soon we'll have off-stream Gżira United against Tarshin Rainbow, so it will be Brancha's brother going up against Ryan representing Tarshin, and Valletta FC against Birkirkara. What a lovely encounter that's going to be. However, it will be off-stream as well.
I'm gutted we won't be showing that match. We won't be seeing it either, but what a good match that promises itself to be. Birkirkara, that win and loss in the last stream. The match was quite okay for Laufu, even though the second match was a little bit underwhelming after his 4 straight wins that we have seen from him. On the other hand, Turbulence and Valletta having that strong momentum from his very strong performances earlier on today, as R9, Ronaldo and Messi on the edge of this box, but brilliant defending from Santa Lucia, forcing the two to get back almost to the midfield line, and just like that, Chris steals possession and sees the first half 1-0. What a strong showing once again from Chris Meister. I can't emphasize this enough.
Great first half for Chris. Even though it was still 1-0, we could see non-stop action in that first half, mostly from Santa Lucia's side, which shows how strong Chris is doing. And remember, he's playing against the current leader of the E-Premier League, so this is no easy feat to be winning against Brancha this in the first 45 minutes of this match.
As this halftime break can maybe help the players try to compose themselves a little bit more. Maybe Brancha needs some calming down to do after being a bit under pressure in the first 45 minutes. Maybe make some key changes, move a couple of players here and there, try to maybe even experiment with your players.
Yeah, I mean, something needs to be done from Branches, and because as we saw for now, I mean, Santa Lucia have been dominating. Even there, the easy way to take the ball back for Chris Meister. So something definitely has to change here from Hamrun Spartans.
It definitely seems like Chris has a read on everything that Brancha is currently attempting to do. So that means Brancha has to try and innovate, maybe go for something unorthodox, try to surprise Chris, who has seen a lot of action and tactics in his FIFA history. I mean, he's not for nothing the only invited player in this BOVE Premier League.
Yes, exactly. And remember, he's just come from Milan as well. Great experience against top players and top teams, where he plays really well with his team Redemption, actually managing to reach the top 16 of the tournament. So that's no joke, actually. So well done to him, even for representing Malta on the big stage of the FIFA E-World Cup. So it is Santa Lucia again with the ball, trying to find the space needed. He might find it through Messi. There's R9 to help him. Oh, he just gets the wrong first touch on the ball there. And the ball rolls safely to Hamrun Spartans' hands.
As a pause is being cued by Santa Lucia and Chris, maybe going for some substitutions or tactics, as Robertson very nicely steals the ball from CR7 on this right-hand side and stops any chance of attack from Hamrun and Brancha. The Licht now in possession of the ball. Maybe Chris trying to go for some attack from this middle of the park.
Okay, so some quick passing here. Very successful as a good through ball to R9. Maybe the second goal, the post, but the second the rebound actually works in his favor. And there it is, Santa Lucia, 2 goals up against Brancha's Hamrun Spartans.
Very fortunate there, Chris, to receive the ball back from the post. But previously, he was so good in constructing that move. So good to go on this line and evade pressure from Brancha's defense. Square it down the middle. CR7, you won't miss it the second time. And 2-0 for Santa Lucia. Very impressive showing this time. And shall we see a change at the top of the leaderboard now?
I mean, as things stand, definitely. And Chris is still dominating the game. Even possession, he has around 59% now, as opposed to 41 of Hamrun Spartans. So even when it comes to ball control, maintaining the ball on your side, actually with your players, is actually also in Santa Lucia's favor.
And just like that, we're seeing the results of the huge pressure that Brancha must be feeling, giving the ball away very cheaply now, as he still managed to win it back. But once again, a bad touch from Conte, and Santa Lucia back with the ball. De Ligt very expertly spinning around, not trying to give the ball away to the pressure from Brancha, as Carlos Alberto making strides on this right-hand side. Drag back, trying to evade Robertson, but CR7 and Conte exchanging good passes at the edge of the box. CR7 and Messi trying to get possession once again. Messi with the tackle, but unfortunately the ball slides away from his feet and Brancha regains possession. But just like that, when Santa Lucia goes forward, he's scary.
Yeah, he is scary, and he's like, I mean, Brancha can only just respond to this dominating performance. He can't do anything. He can't find the space. In fact, it's been a while now since Brancha created a big chance for him to score, because now it's all about Christian Spiteri and his Santa Lucia Football Club.
Has he even had any chances, any shots on target? As we see CR7 now on this right flank, but Robertson expertly jumps in and takes possession of the ball now. And maybe Brancha can try to set something up, as we are in the 78th minute of this first round of this match, even though Carlos Alberto takes the ball very comfortably.
I mean, I was going to say, point out the time actually. Brancha is really now running against the clock, because only 12 minutes remaining in game, and against Santa Lucia have the possession. So Brancha really needs to do something here to hope for at least a goal, a consolation goal against Santa Lucia.
But nothing doing once again, as Santa Lucia's defense is so good at taking back the ball and playing it wide now with Robertson and Mane. Mane good through ball to Carlos Alberto. No, I believe that's Messi. Carlos Alberto was on the other side for Hamrun defending and managed to win the ball. Long ball to Mbappe, but unfortunately Carlos Alberto managed to close him off in time. And just like that, we're in the 84th minute. And very little time for Hamrun to do something now.
This is looking very good for Christian Spiteri. With this victory, he will top the leaderboard. And just like that, Brancha just can't find the way through. He can't find his teammates to actually find at least the opportunity to get the goal. But as it stands, it will be Santa Lucia who take the 3 points. Again, great use of the full-backs there from Santa Lucia's side. Could be very much one of the final attacks of this match, unless Santa Lucia decide to retain possession of the ball. Good short passing here. Good pass to CR7 on the right flank. Will he go for the mid? Oh, he goes for the shot. And that was not enough for him to penetrate the defense. However, look at the time now. It's just the final minute of additional time, and not even Brancha can do anything here to find that goal. But there it is, Santa GFC, Christian Spiteri. Incredible performance.
And that tackle just said the death of the game, with Carlos Alberto shielding the ball from Mbappe. Is just the perfect description of how this game is going, as Mbappe trying desperately to do something, but Carlos Alberto shielding with his back and Mbappe falling to the floor. And just like that, Santa Lucia 2-0, and now they are at the top of the
Yes.
BOVE Premier League.
The only team, I believe, yet to lose a match.
Exactly, and that means that Brancia has been handed his first loss, and now Santa Lucia are undefeated. I mean, it's been quite he's been quite the favorite, Christian Spiteri, but today he's really showing why. He is definitely a Maltese,
Yes.
a great Maltese talent.
And of course, Brancia is yet to play Valletta, so Turbulence. So there he'll find another big challenge in, of course, Turbulence, one of the other favorites in this league. However, of course, everything can change. We saw Brancia winning easy matches against other opponents who could have easily won against him. However, of course, everything changes in FIFA and football. You can never really say who's gonna win, even if you do have favorites.
You definitely cannot count anyone out, especially at such an amazing match between the top two teams at the leaderboard of the BOVE Premier League. So we can only wait and see what this second match will bring us.
So, what will Brancia do differently now? I mean, I feel like he was really out of his league in a way in the last match. He couldn't really do anything. Santa Lucia FC dominated the match from the beginning till the very, very end, and that's reflected in the scoreboard as well. However, Brancia, we know his quality as a player, how good he is in FIFA. So something really needs to change. Or maybe it could be in his mentality. Maybe he knows he's playing against Chris Meister, the top favorite. So maybe he's a bit too conservative, too relaxed. So he needs to change something, definitely, from his side.
Probably it could be that Santa Lucia going in the lead quite early in the match could have offset the the thinking for Brancia. So if I were him, I'd try to be more careful with the ball, keep possession as much as possible, prioritize possession other than making attacks, and unless you really have a great opening to try to use, keep the ball, keep passing between your players, and eventually the opening will come up. But just like that, don't lose possession so cheaply. I mean, Chris will capitalize on these mistakes just like that, so you really need to be careful as you're playing against the heavy favorite. So every mistake will be detrimental for Hamrun Spartans here. I'm sorry.
So there's once again Chris on the ball here, trying to find the right opportunity to score that goal, to get that ball in. Still maintains the ball on field with Gullit just outside the penalty box. Will he go for a shot with Gullit here? This flying Dutchman, not enough though to find the space. And like that, he loses the ball to Hamrun Spartans.
Hamrun now trying to conjure something up on this left-hand side of the attack, but Kante is really lost for options, although now manages to find Messi. Messi and R9 combining, nearly at the edge of the Santa Lucia penalty box. Maybe trying to find something new, although we see the offside trap being spammed from Chris, from Santa Lucia. R9 now just into the box with Messi, but Virgil van Dijk expertly wins possession for Santa Lucia, and just like that, Hamrun's attack comes to an end. And that is really what Hamrun doesn't need to do. Force these through balls. I mean, if the opportunity doesn't present itself, don't try to risk losing possession for something which is not there.
You're very right, and especially when you're playing against a player that's so strong. Even in his attacks, we've seen his offensive game so on point, Chris Meister, that you have to be very careful when you give away possession, especially in your half as well. Even though now maybe a bit of a change in performance here from Brancia's end, a bit of more attacking mentality as well, with a good chance, but not enough to find the net with Alisson safely holding the ball.
Unfortunately, the ball came upon Messi's weaker right foot and couldn't really manage to trouble Alisson more than he should have been. So comfortable catch for the Brazilian goalkeeper. Team of the year, 97 rated, Alisson.
Last match, at this point in time, Chris Meister had already scored. So it's a bit of a better start for Brancha. Now the question is, will he be happy with a draw against Chris, or will he try risking a bit more to get the win? Of course, a victory will take him back to top spot. However, it's not bad to get a draw against Chris, even sacrificing a victory, because you can't gift him 6 points, especially Chris, who's doing so well at the moment.
In the meantime, though, Messi with a nice set of step-overs on the edge of the box. Robertson off to Arnai Ronaldo. Arnai Ronaldo trying to wriggle off the pressure from Virgil van Dijk. CR7 was too wrapped up between defenders to be able to be served. And just like that, Santa Lucia win back the ball. And now Chris queuing up a pause. Maybe trying to switch something up. Maybe he heard you say he wasn't in the lead. So he'll try to fix that.
Yeah, could be. Or maybe he finds the net before he does the pause. Even though, again, Brancha is stealing the ball quite often now from Chris's end. And a big chance here for Brancha with CR7 on the right flank. Good ball in, and Messi finds the net. This is exactly what Hamrun Spartans needed. A good way to catch Santa Lucia off guard. And just like that, Hamrun Spartans are now in the lead.
What a brilliant ball roll here from CR7 down this right-hand side of the pitch. Evades totally the sliding tackle from Chris. Squares it up to the middle. Free Messi. Shot with the left. And 1-0 for Hamrun. And we have a game now. I mean, Hamrun really suffered in the first match. But as you said correctly, this second match was looking much more promising for Hamrun. And as we have seen, he's now in the lead. Branch is now in the lead.
Yes, and he's not only the lead in this game, he's also in the lead in the scoreboard, in the standings as well.
Exactly, and he's restoring the 2-point lead he had before the set of fixtures.
Yes.
And I would like to add, as you were saying previously, it wouldn't be that bad for Brancha to draw against Santa Lucia by itself. But if you lose this match as well, or draw and still be in second place, you will not be in charge of your own destiny, so to say. So if like Brancha and Chris both win all the remaining fixtures, which is quite an incredible feat, Santa Lucia would still win the league. So you really don't need that extra pressure to be in your mind. So it's better to be yourself in charge of your own destiny, even though now CR7 and Messi intertwining beautifully in the box, but Hullet steps in and stops all the momentum which Chris had going there.
All right, going into this match, a great encounter between these two. Again, a great chance for Brancha. Not enough, however, to find the pass, the successful pass to score that second goal. A much-needed second goal, I believe, because, of course, Chris will definitely go into the second half with a big, strong mentality to find at least the equalizer.
Maybe a pass too much there for Hamrun. Could have gotten a shot with CR7, who tried to square it off to Messi, who was in a better position, arguably, but CR7 could still finish that, no doubt about that.
Just 3 minutes remaining to have to reach the 45th minute of this match. It is the second round between these two. First round, Christian really won it quite comfortably with a 2-0 victory. However, now we're seeing Brancha in the lead, a great start. And this means, as we said, Hamrun Spartans are once again at the top of the standings.
The fourth official has indicated there will be a minimum of 2 minutes of added time.
Weird control there from Robertson. Luckily manages to still keep it in, as there is only half a minute of in-game time to play. Maybe Brancha trying to start an attack, but loses possession. There is no time for Chris to start an attack of his own, and we are heading to the last half of action between Hamrun and Santa Lucia.
What's interesting is actually Santa Lucia still have the majority of the possession. They have 58% possession, which comes to show that possession is not everything. You have to make it count. And Brancha, defending quite well now. He's actually more confident with the ball as well, even in the center half. And of course, he made his attack count. He caught the defense off position of Santa Lucia, and he found the goal with Lionel Messi.
Such an amazing goal indeed, as it is the only difference between these two sides as we are heading into this second half between Hamrun Spartans in the white and black against Santa Lucia in the yellow and blue. As Chris is trying to maybe set up some momentum right away, switching play and going through the middle, trying to experiment various ways of how to break down the defense of Brencia, who in this second game has proven to be quite difficult to break down.
Agreed indeed, but let's see if he manages to find the space needed here. Chris Spiteri, he's very close to it, but with Conte, Brencia does the job at defending his post.
Very risky pass there for Brenton, just like that. Santa Lucia win back possession, which is fruit of the enormous pressure which Santa Lucia is now putting on Brencia. I believe I saw the pressure on heavy touch tactic being employed now from Santa Lucia. So that is extra pressure there, with every loose touch from the players of Brencia. So we're definitely going to see Brencia really needing to work his mind in order to find that bit of extra space which is needed for him to go onwards.
Chris Meister here, though, with a very good position here to try to find the equalizer. He has started the second half quite well, actually, I must say. More on the attacking side, dictating the game a bit more. So Brencia has to really be careful here not to concede when he has such a good lead. You can also see the possession, 63%.
Time bad giveaway from Virgil van Dijk, and R9 Ronaldo steals possession and scores just like that. Very, very unfortunate and careless from Brencia, who was doing quite an excellent job of holding off the Santa Lucia representative, but wasn't meant to be. Santa Lucia's pressure finally cracked through to Hamrun, and it's 1-1 now.
Honestly, I don't know what happened there. I don't know how Brencia could give away the ball so recklessly to Chris Meister here, and that is why. You see, Chris immediately capitalized on that mistake, and like that, it's one apiece. And looking at how things are shaping up to be in the second half, it looks like Chris is very well on his way towards getting the second goal. And again, Chris with the ball, mounting the attack. A good attack from his end with Mane here on the right, finding the ball in the middle with R9, trying to find the space. Back to Conte. The R9 has the ball. He tries to go for the shot, blocked and then saved by Allison. But once again, we're seeing Chris Meister becoming more and more dangerous with his attacks.
And once again, we saw quite a good chance to go for it with Messi, but Messi choosing to lay the ball off to R9 Ronaldo, who didn't manage to get a good shot at the end, as was even blocked, unfortunately for Santa Lucia. But as you have said, Santa Lucia are looking very, very dangerous now. All the momentum which was in Brencha's side has switched, and just like that, even the possession has switched, and Santa Lucia now trying to be dangerous going forward, as Brencia manages to still push Santa Lucia's men backwards to the halfway line, as Conte is making forward progress for Santa Lucia.
It seems like Santa Lucia are really dominating now in the second half. They're very, very close on getting the second goal, and there it is immediately. I knew this would happen in a way, because Chris Meister was looking so confident. There he was attacking, he was creating so many chances for himself and for his side, and then he found the second goal there. Even though, let's see if Brencia responds with another one from his side. Found the space here on the left flank. He tries to go through the middle there with Mbappe, but he could not find the space.
The goal was brilliantly worked from Santa Lucia. Excellent use of the left foot, of the left stick dribbling from Lionel Messi. That massive 99 rated Team of the Year Messi item, which is honestly one of the best cards in the game. Managed to carve out the space on this right hand side, and the curling finish to the right of the goalkeeper managed to end up in the net and advantage Santa Lucia, even though now Mbappe on this left hand side. Mbappe goes for a heel to heel. Carlos Alberto blocks the cross, but we have a corner for Hamrun.
Yeah, only 8 minutes remaining in game, so this is very interesting situation now to see whether Chris Meister will manage to hold the assault that Brancha will undoubtedly be putting on. And of course, let's see if Brancha manages to find good opportunities, create the chances he needs to find this equalizer. As you said, an equalizer will definitely help Brancha, even though he still will not take the lead in the standings, but still, at least it will be only a point of a difference and not 4 points.
Corner taken short once again. Robertson finding Mbappe on the edge of the box. Brilliant tackle from Conte. What a tackle from Conte and Chris. I mean, such an excellent defensive display after going 1-0 down early in the first half. But just like that, he managed to reverse the score, even though now Pelé going forward for Brancha. Pelé at the edge of the box, hurried away and finally loses possession to Virgil van Dijk. And as we're in the 88th minute, I doubt there will be any further actions for Brancha and Hamrun.
Chris just needs to be careful to maintain possession, not to give it away recklessly, because that's how he gets the 3 points, even though he's very close now to finding the final concluding goal, you could say, with Pelé on the ball here. Back to Mane. He can just maintain the possession if he wants. R9, I don't know if he'll try to force a chance. He just wants the clock to tick down. Mane, once again, he's rotating the ball quite well here. Just a minute left of additional time, and probably that would actually mean that Chris Meister takes the second victory against Brancha in this game. Oh, he might actually find the second. Not enough, or maybe not. No, not enough to find the goal.
But R9 still in possession. Nice drag back. Goes for a right-footed finish. Nice save from Allison. Prevents the 3-1, but the leaderboard is now written as Brancha clears the ball from the corner and just